Research suggests women who drink 2 or more diet drinks a day may be at more risk of a stroke or heart disease. A study by the Albert Einstein College of Medicine looked at more than 80,000 women and reported a 23% increase in stroke risk compared with those who consume less than 1 diet fizzy or fruit-based drink a week. I'm joined now by the nutritionist Rhiannon Lambert. Rhiannon, thanks very much indeed for being with us. Diet drinks, I suppose many of us think we're doing the right thing. We're cutting out the sugar. We're not having the full sugar, full fat version. We're having what would have been considered to be the less unhealthy option, not healthy, of course. But now we're being told higher risk of heart attacks and strokes. Where's this coming from?
Yeah, I think this study was actually an observational study that took place over in America. So first of all, we can't generalise it to everybody, and actually there isn't really an increased risk that's definite. It's not a very robust study. What usually happens with these diet drinks, as we've said, is that it lowers the overall energy intake, and in the EU or over in the UK we have very strict legislations which protect us from the items in our food. Nothing will be putting you at harm in the UK. However, there are also some studies that do point towards maybe increased appetite, also looking at risk of diabetes. But on a whole, I would say these diet drinks are safe to consume, but I would still rather see a reduction in diet drinks and fizzy drinks altogether, really.
Yeah, so when you say this was observational, this was based on women's own reports of their consumption, how many they drank, what they drank. It wasn't being directly monitored by those who were conducting the study.
No, and it was also women of a certain age range. So we're looking at women going through the menopause and later on in life, and it didn't take into account lots of other variables that could impact this, such as their actual diet, their lifestyle, their exercise, what they do every day, their genetics. So there's a lot more to consider when making such a drastic claim. We have to be very careful not to scare people, because diet drinks do have a place for some, but ultimately, of course, we want a quality diet to keep you healthy.
I suppose this is part of a bigger picture, isn't it? Things that we think might be healthier aren't necessarily. So, for example, some of the kind of healthy bars we might eat as a snack. And then when you look at it and you look at the ingredients and you look at the sugar content...
Well, you've nailed it there. It's often what we call high fat or sugar or salt, these items that are found in items that are often labelled as healthy or natural even. There's lots of catchy phrases that are put to sell products. So cereals, very, very careful of the sugar intake in cereals, because some of them do contain a huge amount. And then a lot of companies don't put their traffic light list on the front, so the green, amber, red, which will help you decipher what's actually in the product. So you don't really know what you're eating a lot of the time, especially the cereal bars that you've mentioned.
It's those kind of things that you grab when you're short of time and you think, well, I won't have a chocolate bar, I'll have that, looks like a healthy option.
Yeah, convenience food on the go. I think there's a big industry and money-making area for people, because we're all busier than ever before. We're wanting to find options that are going to keep us satisfied, but you're actually better off a lot of the time making these items at home yourself. But if you're going to go for it, maybe go for some fruit or something high in fibre instead of a low-calorie marketed bar, which could be full of sugar instead.
And you said that with the diet drinks, look, don't feel you've got to cut them out altogether, but there are other options. I suppose they're a bit of a guilty pleasure, aren't they?
Well, yeah, and I think actually they're shown to be beneficial for dental health. If you're looking at the amount of sugar in drinks, for some people that's going to have a huge impact on their dental health. But altogether, focus on the quality of your diet. If you're going to have these energy drinks or diet drinks, have them in moderation. That is the advice. They're not going to suddenly cause you any harm.
OK, Rhiannon Lambert, thank you very much indeed.